Hello and welcome to this quick overview of Vennture CMS. Today I'm going to talk you through all the different areas of the CMS and how to navigate it. CMS stands for Content Management System, and this is where you're going to be creating, editing and also maintaining all the web pages for your site as well as the site settings. I'm going to start with the navigation bar on the left hand side. As you can see, you've got all the different areas of the CMS within here, and I will go through all of them one by one. At the top here, you have your profile, and as you can see, as you hover over it, you can click into it. And once you do, manage your account page comes up, and here you can edit your name, your email, your image, and also change your password if you wish to do so. If you are editing or working on the CMS on a smaller screen, you can click this arrow, which essentially collapses this section here. And this way it gives you just a little bit more space to see whatever it is you're doing, instead of having to rely on the bottom bar to scroll from side to side. The same thing could be done with the navigation bar. If you click on the burger icon here, it then collapses the navigation bar and it sort of hides away into the left hand side. Now to get it back up, you can just sort of hover over it and it comes back again, and if you wanted to pin it back to where it was, click the icon again and it stays where it is. So starting with the web pages, you have two different sections. You have the manage pages section and you have the full reorderable list of pages. This section here essentially speaks for itself. This is your full list of pages and you can reorder them, and it's a very easy way of doing it as well, is you can just drag and drop the pages wherever you want them to be. But what I find very interesting and very useful about this is that you can also set the hierarchy as well, or in other ways you would call it child and parent relationships. So depending on where you place your page, it will either be a higher level page or it could be a child or another child. So say if I was to put this underneath Meet the Team right here, it is now the child of Meet the Team, and then Meet the Team is the child of About Us. As you can see, this is where it was previously. At the moment, this has not changed, but if we reload the page by clicking Web Pages again, this will reload the CMS, and now you can see that the Meet the Team has now got a little plus next to them, and if you click that, you will see the CRS page that I have previously put in there. You can also, using the reorderable list of pages, you can edit, delete, or edit the page settings. I will go through all of those in a little bit more detail in a separate video later on, but just a quick dive into this. You can either click edit on the little pencil within a reorderable list of pages section, or you can go into the manage pages and just click on the name of your page. And what this will do, this will open the page that you have created or have been created in a sort of a mock browser window. And what it does, it gives you a bit of a visual representation as to what your page is going to look like. I would not say this is 100% accurate, but this is just to give you a visual indication and to sort of understand what goes where and how it will look. But you will essentially have to then publish the site and see what it looks like in a real browser. Now, as I said, that I will do a separate video on how to edit and create and how to set up the settings for the pages. I will also go through how to add a new web page and how to clone it as well in a separate video. So I will now move over to the document section. Now this is a documents and videos gallery. This is where you can upload your videos. Say if you didn't have any videos that are featured on YouTube and you did not want to embed them, but you wanted to use your own and you wanted to upload them, you can either upload them within a gallery, And that way you don't have to upload them every time you want to add them to your page. So it's all in one place and you can just select it from the drop down. This is also handy if you have documents that, for example, if they are flyers or if they are reports that you want your clients or your candidates to be able to download while they are browsing through your site. And this is where you can upload it to. You have the search bar here if you wanted to replace a document, or if you wanted to delete it. It makes it a lot easier to find rather than scrolling through a huge list of things. And you can also do a single upload, or you can do a bulk upload if you wanted to upload multiple items at the same time. Now, the image gallery is very similar to the documents gallery as well. The only difference is, of course, it contains all of the images, and once again, it's very handy because it saves you just that a little bit of time, that instead of scrolling and looking for the image that you want to upload, you already have it all in the same place with the search bar as well, and you can just select whatever it is you need, and you don't need to upload it again. So moving on to publish site. And we have two main options for publishing, which are the live and the staging. Those are the two different environments that we host sites in. And the main difference is, I'd like to think of the staging environment as a test environment. So when you first produced your page, or if you've edited a page and you want to see what it looks like without having to put it on live and risking the fact that it might be wrong and the public will see it, this is where you use the staging. Now, in this particular case, because it's a publish whole site, this comes in handy if you have multiple pages that you have created and you want to see how they all look, and especially if they are interlinked with each other and you want to see whether they work, whether they are clickable, whether they are working the way they're supposed to. Publishing to staging, that publishes the whole site, all of the updates you have done all at once, and it's then viewable and you can check it, and then if you are happy with it, you can then publish the whole thing to live. Now, publishing files is very similar to publishing the site, where this only is related to files, and in terms of files, that would be your documents, your videos, and your images. Now, moving on to edit users, this section is where all of the profiles of all the people who have access to your site, they will be all present here, and it will say whether they are active and also the level of their accessibility as well. We have two main levels. One is an administrator and the other one is a content populator or a content editor. And this is where you will find the full list of people though who have access to your site and can edit the pages or create new pages. Now, last but not least is the site settings. Now, the site settings, I know it looks like there's quite a lot going on, and in truth there is, but for the purposes of this video, as it is a very brief overview, I will only go through the email templates and also the site history. I will do separate videos later on. I will do a whole different series for each little section, just giving a little bit more deep dive into what each little bit is. But for the time being, this should give you a very nice overview, a very good idea as to what the CMS is all about, and it should really help you to get started. So with the email templates, and this is where you create a template for your email, and those are the emails that get sent out as a response to a certain action. So for example, we have on here, I've got a few created here. So the contact us or the drop off your CV. So whenever someone contacts you, they complete a form on your site, leaving their details and sending you a message. They will then receive an email which you sort of set up here. You would have the name of your template. If I click into contact us, it will say, that this is the subject of the email and this is the body, the header text, this is what's going to be included inside it, the ending, and where the client or the candidate will be redirected after they have completed the form. What the email templates are mainly for is that they get automatically sent out, and then you don't have to send individual emails to every single person that drops off the CV, or if they get in contact with you. Now, the email addresses, this is a quite interesting area. This is where you can set up different email addresses for different areas, and those are going to be the email addresses that will be used or that will be displayed inside the client's or the candidate's email box when they receive those templated emails. So it will be sent from that email address that you have set up. So you would set up a title and say that it is a response to a contact us form, and select an email address, and it will then display that the candidate has received an email from this email address thanking them for contacting them. And last but not least, the email data. This is where all of the data from your site, populated by either the client or the candidate, will be coming into here. So whoever's dropped off the CV is going to appear in here, and you should be able to view it in here. The same goes for the contact us. All of the sections that you have had set up will appear in here. And lastly, the site history, which I think is probably my favorite part of the CMS, is that you can filter date. You can select a date from which to which, and you can keep track as to what's actually been modified and what's been done to the site. So for example, if something's broken or something didn't go right, you can at least see what it was, who modified it, or who's broken it, and you also know the time and the date as well. And so that's the Vennture CMS in a nutshell. As I said, I will do more videos on step-by-step tutorials on how to create new pages and also how to populate them as well. And I hope this gives you a nice introduction into what the CMS is, and this will encourage you to get started.